going to start with going around the room and discussing the objects that everyone brought that represents where they're from.
This is a perfume, and it's called Royal Violets, but we call it Violetas in Miami. And it's just a perfume that like you put on babies, but a lot of people still wear it today, like when they're older, and I still wear it every day. And it just makes me think of home every time that I smell it.
I brought the coat of arms for my family last name. It represents the autonomous community in Spain. There's a place called Aragon, and that's my last name. And it kind of reminds me of my family hierarchy as a whole. Like, my grandma's the leader of our household, and it just brings back a lot of like memories for some reason because it's just my family coat of arms. In FYS, we identify like who we are, but we go beyond that in terms of identifying like different psychologists' theories behind who we are. We we identify microsystems, macrosystems, mesosystems, and all those systems that interact with each other, and see how they kind of interplay in developing our identity.
The item was just, I guess, to kind of have a visible object of where you're from, and it kind of, I guess, makes it more visible of like what it means to you.
The official title of the class is Who Am I? A Sociocultural Approach to Self and Identity Development. And so basically in this class, we start off by talking about, general theory and background on self and identity in general. And then we kind of get more specific in terms of different forms of identity. So we talk about things like ethnic and cultural identity, religious identity, gender, sexual orientation, so different forms of identity in that sense. I brought, you guys know what this is?
Edamame.
Edamame. So a couple of different reasons why I brought edamame. More pan-ethnically in China as well as other areas of Asia. We eat a lot of soy, and I remember growing up eating soybean sprouts. And then another reason, so I'll pass this around to share. Another reason why I think this not only represents where I'm from, especially since I've actually never been to China. I was born here in the States, but still associated with, of course, the foods that I grew up with. But it also represents, I think, who I am because I've been a vegetarian since I was 14. And as a vegetarian, I eat a lot of soy.
It's a bumper sticker. It says RVA, stands for Richmond, Virginia, where I'm from. This whole RVA, I guess it's almost sort of a movement. And sort of why I think they represent where I'm from and why I'm so proud of it is because you can go to basically any part. You can go to the West End, which is generally the wealthier part, so you can go downtown, or you can go to the East End, or you can go even out into like the surrounding counties, and you'll see these on cars, you'll see them on buildings, you'll see them on people's bikes and things like that, but you really see them on people of all colors, races, social classes. It's really sort of a uniting thing that's brought my city together. So, and I have one in the back of my car.
Just twisting and shouting through life. I also brought my shoe because it represents where I've been and where I'm going in life.
I was born in 1994 in Colombia, and I lived there for 5 years. And then I moved to the United States. I currently live in South Florida, and it's been a big change. The United States is like the land of freedom. My parents always wanted what's best for us, so they come here, they sacrifice a lot of things they have back at home, and try to bring us here so we can get a better education. I've noticed that people are actually nicer here. Being from close to Miami, and it's just such a big city that I don't know. People here it's more calm, and everybody does their own thing. But even when you walk down the street, some people don't say hi, but here everybody's saying hi, they're greeting each other. It's just a better environment.
I'm proud of a lot of things about Connecticut, but something I'm not proud of is the arrogance there. And there's definitely an attitude that we're in New England. New England's the best place in America, and it's the most forward-thinking place in America. And frankly, that's just wrong. My brother, he's going to Emory next year, and he gets crap from his wrestling coach every day. Why are you going to the South? That's a backwards place. And it's just very closed-minded. and the arrogance is misplaced and just not deserved.
So it's like, I try to, you know, there's this stereotype of like, you know, Colombians are bad and, you know, they kill and then they do drugs, and that's not how it is. Like, you just have to see beyond that. Not everybody's like that.
It was interesting to see like the dichotomy that we had between us, yet the similarities that we also shared with one another. I feel really marginalized in the Mexican community because I can't really speak Spanish that well, and so I'm really learning in my classes here at Wake, but at the same time that big chunk of, you know, the Spanish language is missing within me. And also in terms of the American culture, I do feel marginalized as well because there's a part of me that is Hispanic and there's a part of me that's American, and I can't seem to get those two to mix with one another yet. And I hope that as I continue developing and growing, not only at Wake Forest, but as a person in San Antonio and wherever else I may go, I'll be able to understand and identify who I am and where I come from.